Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So first, I offer my heart like flowers to the lotus feet of my spiritual master, Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and the same gratitude and faith in my spiritual grandfather, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada.
弟弟呢，首先呢，就向我们敬爱的圣灵性导师向他那个顶拜，然后也向他的这个就是训圣灵性导师，就像他的祖父的灵性导师一样，就须了啪啪他们向他们顶拜的。
And the same to my dear well-wisher and my Shiksha Guru, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj.
也向他的训示灵性导师 Srila Vigyan Bharati Maharaj 向他的莲花顶拜的。
And to the entire Guru Parampara and all the branches of the Chaitanya tree, my Dandavat Pranam.
也向我们整个使徒传系，整个Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 的使徒传系，向我们所有的传系的这些圣者Acharya 向他们顶拜的，我们的 Guru Parampara。
And to everyone present in this group today, and to all Vaishnavas everywhere who may be listening later to the recording, to all Vaishnavas everywhere, my Dandavat Pranam.
也向我们今天来入会的聆听课程的所有的这些奉献者，还有将来可能他们是通过我们的录音来聆听这个课程的所有的这些 Vaishnava， 向他们顶礼的。
So I'm not a Sanskrit scholar, I'm not a guru, I'm a student and a servant of the Vaishnavas, and whatever I heard and learned from them, I'll try to just repeat and honor.
第一句说我不是一个灵性导师，然后呢，我也不是一个非常有学问的一个 Pandit， 但是呢，我是不认的不认，我是向那些 Vaishnava 向他们学习，他们向他们给我讲述的教导我的，我就来给大家说的。
At the end of today's talk, we'll have some time for discussion. So if you want, you can keep a notebook and pen, remember your questions or your comments if you want to also share something. So, or you can type in the chat box, and at the end of the class, at the end later, we can discuss that.
那我们也希望今天的课程完结的时候，大家呢可以提问问题，所以呢，你现在可以准备拿着一支笔、张纸，可以记下你想问的问题，或者是你可以用就是文字的方式。我们这个功能，腾讯功能，它里边有一个聊天的那个功能的，你可以用文字的方式把你的问题打出来也可以，或者待会任何人有问题，我们给他打开麦，他就可以问问题。OK， 我们希望在讲完课之后，大家可以互动一下，可以提出一些大家的问题的。
So last week we were introduced to the pure devotees who are responsible for publishing this book.
上个礼拜呢，我们讲过，就是说我们的纯粹奉献者是出版了这本书，就讲了这个八训规的这本书。
And by speaking their name and glorifying them, we created a personal link to their mercy and association.
因为如果我们只是要把他们的名字，这些纯粹奉献的名字，只要我们能够把他们的名字念出来的话，我们都和他们可以这么说连接起来了。
And we received a powerful blessing from Srila Gurudev that whoever reads this book will develop a very rare, very unique confidence and faith and feelings in chanting Krishna's holy names in Harinam.
就是说我们只要可以说我们可以说我们会，如果任何人聆听这本书、看这本书，我们都可以得到古代那种很强大有力的祝福。这个祝福是什么呢？就是让我们呢，可以说充满了信心，充满了情感去念诵这个圣灵的。
So today we're starting chapter 1 of Sri Siksastakam and the Sanmodan Bhasya of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
我们今天呢讲这个八训规的第一个诗节，第一个诗节就是讲述这个 Sanmodan Bhasya。
So, sorry, here, let me see. So, Sanmodan Bhasya means that commentary which brings delight to the devotees' hearts.
什么叫 Sanmodan Bhasya 呢？就是说这个评语这些评注，关于这本书的这些评注，它都可以说可以取悦，可以让我们的心生喜悦，得到喜悦的，得到喜乐的。
So it's a great seva, a service, to read, study, and discuss these books, which our acharyas have very carefully and lovingly given us. So we should put away all distractions, turn off the TV if you have other devices, iPad, whatever. Put away all the distractions. Sit somewhere peaceful.
可以说我们如果去聆听阅读这本书的话，这个是最伟大的服务的。我们所以呢，应该是全神贯注，把所有的一些干扰都把掉。什么干扰我们的电话呀，还有我们的其他的电子的设备还有等等一些乱七八糟的那些干扰，我们都给它排除掉，全神贯注的。
So this is our service. So let's listen and meditate, think about what we're reading, and discuss with a service mood and a personal mood.
我们应该就是说，什么是伟大的服务呢？就是说我们就是sorry, Didi, can you say again? I need to.
This is our service. So we want to listen with a service mood and discuss Siksastakam with a service mood and personal mood.
OK， 所以呢，刚刚所说这是一个伟大的服务。怎么样伟大的服务呢？就是说，我们应该是就是去探讨它，探讨这本书，去聆听这本书，探讨它，然后呢全神贯注的，这个就是一种服务了。
So we pray, oh, Sanmodan Bhasya, you are not a book, you are not ink on paper. You are Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself. Please be compassionate and give us your association today.
OK， 好，我们去做一个祷文。这个祷文是什么呢？就是Sanmodan Bhasya，就是说你不是一个笔墨，或者是一纸张。你呢是代表是一个灵敏代表是一个伟大的，就是这个是 Bhaktivinoda Thakur 的一个灵敏对我们的灵敏。
So Srila Gurudev has explained in his classes that this first verse of Siksastakam is the best. Why?
我们的Srila Gurudev讲过了，八训规的第一个诗节是最好的、最重要的。为什么呢？
This first verse has 7 parts, and the 7 following verses of Siksastakam explain each of the 7 parts.
You mean the rest of the 7 verses is explaining this first sloka?
Yes. The 7 parts of the first shloka, and each of the shlokas that follow explain each of the 7 parts.
OK， 可以说这个八训规的这个第一段的诗节，第一段的诗节可以说有7个部位、7个部分的。那么这7个部分是来解释以下的7个诗节。
So this first verse is like the root of all of them, and that's called a sutra. Sutra means a very condensed text, like a microchip. Did you hear? Should I say again?
或者叫书者的意思，top here. I can hear.
翻译。
Jayashree Didi, I couldn't hear you.
Okay, hear me, Didi? You know, you can't hear me.
Okay. Now it's okay.
Lade, can you hear me?
So, yes. Okay, ready?
Yeah, 是吧？
If anyone new is joining, welcome. Please mute your mic.
Kara.
我看过了吗？太点近，坐这里不就靠那么近，然后头发剪到那个电风扇里面，到这个网络不好啊，还是什么声音怎么调？
Okay, so welcome. Please mute your mic if you're joining.
来到这里啊，那网络这么。
Can you hear me, Didi?
Now it's okay. Yes.
Okay, now carry on.
Okay. So this first verse is the root of all of them, and we could think it's like a microchip. So much information can be stored on one tiny chip.
可以这么说哈，第一个诗底。如果大家听不can you hear me, Didi?
Yes.
OK，第一个诗就像一个晶片一样的，这个晶片的里边就好，就是第一个字节呢，就像一个晶片一样的，它隐藏了很多很多的意思在里边的。
So that's also why chapter 1 is the longest chapter in the book.
OK， 可以也这么说呢，它也是整本书里边呢最长的一个诗来的，一个诗句来的。
First, Bhaktivinoda Thakur offers prayers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, with the mood of Radharani and playing the role of a devotee.
那么第一个呢，就是说Bhaktivinoda Thakur 呢，他去荣耀这个 Chaitanya Mahaprabhu。Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 他是谁呢 ？Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 他是 Radha 和 Krishna 他的合体来的，而他呢 Mahaprabhu 呢，他是带着 Radha 的心去来的。
And then he asks a question. The jivas are completely suffering in the material world and they don't know anything about Krishna. How will they get benefited?
然后呢，他就问了，所有的众生呢，可以说都是受苦不堪的。那我们怎么去可以得到 Krishna 的仁慈呢？恩典呢？
Those jivas are stuck in a cycle of birth and death and birth and death. How will they be benefited?
我们众生可以说都是在生死轮回之中的不停的这个加冕，这个被困在这个生死轮回之中的，我们怎么可以得到一些福祉呢？
So after searching and searching through all scriptures and hearing from all kinds of saints, we come to this conclusion that only pure love, pure bhakti to Sri Krishna, Krishna who is he is within every atom of creation. He's present everywhere. To that Krishna, pure love and bhakti to that Krishna is the only thing that can completely and permanently benefit the jiva.
那么我们的就是变找了，可以说整个所有的一些方法、经典等等都好了，我们得到的一个终极的一个结论是什么？只有对 Krishna 纯粹的那种爱，我们众生才会有得到这个福祉的。那么我们讲的那个 Krishna 是谁呢？就是说他是创造从微小的这个分子原子的创造者的那个
Krishna。And whatever process can deliver that love to the jivas, that's the best process. What process is that?
OK， 那么我们就问了 OK， 我们可以说任何方式能够让我们去得到那个纯粹的奉爱的那个程序，那个就是最好的程序。任何的程序可以让我们得到纯粹奉爱的，那个就是最好的程序了。
So there's so many paths that people follow to try to get success and meaning in their life, like karma, gyan, yoga, tapasya, in so many processes. But these methods do not give permanent or ultimate benefit to people. They cannot give bhakti.
那么可以说，在这个世界上，各式各样的灵修方式、灵修平台、灵修的那个程序很多，包括苦修啦，对吧？包括还有很多的就是推敲的瑜伽，推敲的瑜伽等等各式各样。但是呢，这些都不是终极的，这些也不是永恒的，就让我们可以到这个奉爱的，不会的。
So because they can't give the ultimate benefit, they cannot give bhakti, that's why they're not the best method.
那我们就这么说，因为刚刚你说的以上的那些方法，什么推敲啊、瑜伽呀、苦修瑜伽呀等等那些都不是最终的，因为他们没有给到就是终极的东西，终极的就是这个。
Only Bhakti Yoga gives the highest, most complete, permanent welfare to everyone. But that Bhakti is very rare, and you can only get it by transcendental faith.
那么可以这么说，只有纯粹的奉爱，或者 Bhakti Yoga 奉爱瑜伽，才可以给到我们这个最高、最好、最高的、终极的。但是呢，也很可惜，这个呢是非常罕有的、很难得到的奉爱。为什么呢？这是需要一个核心的东西，就是 transcendental faith， 就是说我们超然的或者是灵性的信心的。
So that Shraddha, that is not material faith, it is not blind faith, it's coming from your soul. It's deeply rooted in the soul.
那我们刚刚所说的，大家记住这个语就叫 transcendental faith， 就是说超然的信心。这个超然的信心呢，不是说很肤浅的，它是来自我们的灵魂深处的一个东西来的，这个就叫超然的，就是信心了。
So now Bhaktivinoda Thakur will explain two kinds of transcendental faith, Shraddha.
那就在这本书里呢，因为呢，他就解释了，这是有两种的超然的信心的Shraddha 或者信心，有两种的。
So one kind of faith is inspired by the logic and the rules in scriptures, and that inspires the person to do bhakti yoga. You understand logic?
Yes, okay.
Rationality.
Yes, okay. 那么第一种的超然的信心我们可以从哪里得到呢？获得呢？就是来自这些经典 ，OK。所以呢，这些经典呢，可以让我们得到鼓舞，得到启发，得到知觉，得到这个觉悟的 ，OK。一个就是这个超人的信心，灵性超人的信心。第一个途径呢是这些经典。
So that person is inspired to do bhakti because of the rules and the logic in the scriptures.
OK， 因为这些经典里边呢，它有很多的这些根哈，这些就是就是这些哲学的根在这里，或者是这些是真理的根在这里，所以呢，这个经典里边呢，我们可以得到鼓舞启示。
The second kind of faith is inspired by a deep hunger and a passion and a greed, lobha, spiritual greed to do bhakti. And that, okay, go ahead, sorry.
第二个信心呢，就我们说来自我们的 loba 是什么呢？贪婪。什么贪婪呢？就是做灵修的贪婪。Yes.
So that kind of lobha and that kind of faith will come if by very good fortune you hear Harikatha from a pure devotee. You hear the pastimes of the Lord from a pure devotee. That kind of lobha comes in the heart.
这个我们刚刚讲的贪婪，灵性的贪婪，你怎么会获得呢？就说如果我们很幸运的话，我们可以从一个纯粹，记住哈，这个字的核心就是纯粹奉献者，从他那里聆听这些的 Harikatha 经典的讲述 ，Krishna 的讲述，逍遥时光的讲述，我们一定要从一个纯粹奉献者的口中去聆听这些经典的讲述，然后呢，我们呢就会得到建立这个 loba 就是灵性的贪婪了。
So both kinds of faith are transcendental and spiritual, and both of them are like very small, gentle sprouts, new sprouts, very delicate.
我们刚刚所说的就是我们这个 transcendental faith， 就是灵性的信心，它有两个渠道可以获得的。刚刚所说了，第一个就是说经典，因为经典里边收藏了很多哲学真理的。第二个就是从一个纯粹奉献者的口中聆听这些经典
的那种够不到餐桌的小朋友。
然后
翻译嘛，
就那种小朋友，就我弟，他够不了那个台子，他就很爱。
Yes， 谁在里面说话？谁在里面说话？把你的麦静音一下。I try to mute, but I don't know why it's coming. Okay, anyway. 那么就是说这两种方式，一个呢就是从经典哈，另外一个呢就是从这个纯粹奉献者的口中去聆听这个经典，然后这两种方式都可以建立我们这个超然的这个灵性方面超然的信心啊，这些信心 faith 哈是超然的。
Okay. So both kinds of faith, they will only survive and grow if they regularly hear Harikatha from a pure devotee. That's the only way to nourish their Shraddha. Regular hearing.
那我们刚刚所说了，其实这两种呢，就像一个很微小的幼苗一样的，但是这种幼苗呢，你是需要呢很长的经常性的去聆听这个经典的。那才可以把这个幼苗呢呵护成长。
Harikatha means Shravan and Kirtan, hearing and singing or repeating in the association of a Mahabhagavat Vaishnav. Nothing else, anywhere else, can nourish and grow your bhakti.
我们怎么去滋长我们的奉爱呢？就刚刚所说的，我们要去聆听这个Harikatha。那么这个Harikatha又是什么东西呢？讲经，我们还去唱诵呢，就是 chanting 呢，还有kirtan 呢，还有呢就是我们去在任何场所、任何地方去重复，就是说我们聆听的这些就是灵性的东西、知识或者这个念诵，就是说我们去聆听的之余，我们还要去念诵之余，我们还要去不停的就是去传播这个才叫做 Harikatha 的。
And if we don't get that nourishment, our small sprout of Shraddha, it may become dry and even disappear.
如果我们不去恒常的做这个护理的话呢，我们灵性的刚刚所说的那个幼苗，我们灵性的幼苗很快就有干枯的。
So now let's pause for a moment and just reflect, okay? Let's think for a minute. He's talking about us, me and you.
好，我们现在少静一刻，我们好好想一想，我就我们自己，你和我。
He's talking about your feelings and your faith. He's asking you, put your hands on your heart and think, what kind of faith do I have?
好，我们自问，就是俯心自问。好，我们每一个人用手放在我们的心上，俯心自问，我们到底有多少的信心呢
？What kind of shraddha do I have? What do I really believe? And what is my level of bhakti?
我们质问一下，我的信心有多少？我的信心的层面有多高？
So if we don't know where we're starting, how can we reach a goal?
如果我们连我们自己现在的处境都不知道，我们怎么往前走呢？
So we have to know where we are starting and where we want to go, and then we can make a plan how to get there.
我们应该有一个计划的。我现在在什么位置？我应该怎么走？我应该怎么去到那里？我们应该有一个这样的计划和目标的。
And if you understand your level, you know your own adhikar and your level, then you can easily measure your progress.
如果我们很清楚我们目前的就是位置的话，那我们就可以说很清楚，就是知道我们要可以很容易的衡量我们应该怎么走了。
So you can measure your progress every day, every week, every Ekadasi, every Kartik. You can check your spiritual bank balance.
我们可以每天或者是每个月或者每一个 Ekadasi， 我们都可以自我检讨一番的，到底我们身处在什么位置，我们的灵修层面到底我们身处在什么位置的。
Check your bhakti account. Check it more than your bank account.
Most of us don't have a bank account.
Really? Okay.
Okay. 我们应该要很勤快的去检测我们自己哈。我们经常很多人都喜欢查看我们的银行户口有多少钱。我们其实对我们的灵修的这个账户，我们也更要勤快，比我们这个金钱的账户更要勤快去彻查一下的。
So regularly you check, has my bhakti gone up or down? Have I earned any interest on my investment?
我们应该要时常的去检测一下我们自己的奉爱，到底我们有没有增长了？我们有没有收获了？有收益了吗？有利息了吗？我们的灵修有收益、有利息、有增长了吗？有回报了吗？
Our Param Gurudev Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj would give the example of an old-fashioned watch. That watch you needed to, in the old days, you needed to wind the watch for it to function.
我们的就是那个师公Srila Bhakti Keshav Maharaj， 他经常这么说，就是古代的那种手表应该叫怀表，对吧？他久不久就经常要打开他的怀表看一看的，那个怀表是经常要开来看的。
So he said in the same way, devotees should wind their bhakti watch 3 times a year at least. That is Kartik, Gaur Purnim, and Rath Yatra. Minimum 3 times a year, really wind, recharge your bhakti.
那么我们的师公就是Srila Keshav Maharaj 就说过，作为一个奉献者，起码1年要有3次的时间去检测我们的，或者是在我们的奉爱方面去添的加油的。就哪个情况，哪个3个季节呢？一个是就是 Kartik 月，一个就是那个 Opening 一个呢就是那个弹车节，就这3个节。都应该是我们在我们的奉爱要添灯加油的时候啦。
So these 3 times of year especially are so powerful. We can't miss the chance to tune in and connect in our heart.
可以说这3个特别的时间段就刚刚讲到了，就是那个朝圣月10月那个朝圣月，还有那个普尼，对吧？还有一个就是弹车节，这3个节日都是我们要去很认真的，还要去努力的，去在我们的奉爱方面去加油的。
So at least 3 times a year, we do a major checkup, major recharge. Are your anarthas and your material attachments, are they decreasing or increasing?
我们就在这3个的重要的节日，我们可以说，第一个，我们就检测我们自己到底还是在物质的方面是在增加呢，还是减少呢，对吧？我们就可以在这一年之中有3个这样的节日里边，我们可以，这是师公说的就我们要好好的去来做这个工作的，检测我们自己，或者是加油我们自己，测测我们对物质的依附还是在增加吗，还是在减少到底。
Is my desire for bhakti and my desire to chant Harinam, is that increasing or decreasing?
还有就是我们刚刚所说的第一个步骤，就是检测一下我们自己对物质的依附是增加还是减少。第二，就是我们对灵性，就奉爱灵性方面，我们是增加还是减少？我们是对圣名念诵等等，我们是对奉爱更多的增加呢？渴望呢，还是在减少呢？
If anyone new is joining us, welcome. Please mute your mic. Welcome.
如果有任何人进来，如果有任何人进来的话，他要把他的麦克风音懂不懂静音？不懂的下次学一学。OK, Carol.
Okay. So this process of bhakti yoga is about radical honesty with yourself.
Radical honesty.
Radical, extreme honesty with yourself.
那我们刚刚说的，就在那个3个季节去测一下我们的灵修到底是在精进呢，还是在减少呢？对物质的依附是增进呢，还是在减少呢？我们要是非常真实的，就是不要马虎的，一定要很真实、认真、真实的去检测的。
This process is about discovering who you really are, discovering your true, beautiful, happy self.
那我们通过这个方式呢，就是检测我们自身，然后呢，就是check ourselves, right? And the second,
your true, beautiful, happy self.
我们去真正的去检测我们的真我，就是我们的真我，我们真实的我，到底我们快乐的真实的我去检测的，用这个方法。
This is about discovering the real purity and the innocence and the joy of who you are, and nobody in this world can touch that or take it away from you.
可以说，这个是我们唯一的一个去自我的寻找、自我的发现。没有人可以去把你的这个真实，这是真实的我拿走的，没有任何人可以触碰它，可以拿走的。这个真实的我，应该就是刚刚所说的，它是快乐无比的我。
So Bhakti Yoga is the best, most effective process for self-realization, the best process of yoga. And the main activity in Bhakti Yoga is Sankirtan.
可以这么说，奉爱瑜伽 Bhakti Yoga， 奉爱瑜伽 Bhakti 就叫奉爱，Yoga 就是瑜伽 ，Bhakti Yoga 奉爱瑜伽可以说是最完美的这个自我觉悟的这个修行方式，最完美的。然后这个as the perfect realization and the next one is what?
The main activity in Bhakti Yoga is Sankirtan.
然后在这个奉爱瑜伽里边最重要我们的修行的方法或者活动呢，就是 Sankirtan 齐诵圣名。
So the first thing talked about in Siksastakam, the first thing in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings is the power of Sankirtan and the results in our life.
所以呢，在八训规里边，这本书的第一个诗节，第一个诗，这八训规的第一个诗节里边讲的就是说 Sankirtan 我们在我们的生命中怎么去 Sankirtan 齐颂圣名。
But what kind of kirtan? Bhaktivinoda Thakur wants to make this very clear to the readers.
然后呢 Bhaktivinoda Thakur 呢就非常清晰在这本书里哪一种的 Sankirtan 哪一种的齐颂圣名，那么 Bhaktivinoda Thakur 呢就解释得非常的清楚的。
So Bhaktivinoda Thakur points out this word param is used in the last line of the first verse, and param means supreme.
然后我们会注意到这首诗的最后的一个字叫 param。param 的意思就是说至尊的、最高的。
Supreme means the greatest. Param.
至尊的或者最高的。
So the beautiful qualities and the amazing results of kirtan. Let's see what I'm trying to say. The amazing results of Sankirtan that he will describe in this book, that is only referring to the kirtan which is completely pure and comes from the hearts of Mahabhagavat Vaishnavas. That kirtan is the subject of this book.
Sorry, means the result of Sankirtan is the purity of a heart.
No. In this book, Bhaktivinoda Thakur will explain some amazing results of kirtan.
OK， 所以在这本书里的 Bhaktivinoda Thakur 呢，他解释了，就是说这个 Sankirtan 齐颂圣名，它的这个结果是什么 ？OK, Carol.
And those amazing results, however, they only come from Param Sri Krishna Sankirtan, pure kirtan from the hearts of pure devotees.
那么就是说，这个可以这么说，这个齐颂圣名是来自纯粹奉献者纯粹奉献者他们的纯粹的齐颂圣名是来自纯粹奉献者。
Now he'll make it more clear now. He says the kirtan described in this book does not refer to the kirtan of conditioned souls who are only busy with a reflection of bhakti.
这个 kirtan 呢，就齐颂圣名，我们讲的不是说那些受条件限制灵魂的，就像我们这种kirtan 那种。
What does he mean by reflection? Reflection, he says the word pratibimba bhakti abhas. It's long, but basically it means reflection. What does he mean?
那就刚才说的，就是不是我们这种受条件限制的这种展示导的那种的。
So this is very important for us ordinary devotees to understand.
这一点蛮重要的哈，对我们来说，修行者来说，这一点很重要。
So if you look at yourself in a mirror, it looks exactly like you, but if you raise your right hand in the mirror, it's the left hand of the reflection that goes up. It's very confusing.
OK， 我们在镜中照镜子的时候，如果我们自己对着镜子的时候，我们把左手举起来的话，你在镜子中看到的不会是你的左手的，对吧？一定是相反的，看到的好像是右手。
So in a reflection, it looks like you, but everything is reversed and opposite.
就是在镜中我们看到的好像是我，但是我们的所有的一切在镜子中都是和我们现实中的相反的。
So this kind of bhakti, the reflection of bhakti, it is not connected to pure bhakti, and it's not bhakti at all, and it will never become bhakti.
如果我们的奉爱所说的奉爱和那个纯粹的奉爱或者是真实的奉爱没有任何的连接的话，那个其实也不是奉爱。这句话的意思就是说，举个例子我就要讲清楚。This means when we chant or when we do the Sankirtan, just like we fashion ourselves from the mirror, is like that.
It means that there is one kind of sadhana which looks like bhakti, but it is not bhakti. It looks exactly the same, but it's exactly the opposite of bhakti. It's not what we want.
Okay. 那这个就解释说，我们好像在做一些灵修我们认为是实际上可能不是的，可能就像我们刚刚所说照镜子的那个样子，我们照我们自己在镜子里，但是我们相反的，同样的就是说，我们可能认为我们做的灵修，我们在做一些灵修奉爱，但可能只是反射而已，就是我们自己的反射而已，它和纯粹的奉爱还没有什么关接的，就这个意思
So we should be very, very careful that our sadhana is never that kind of reflection bhakti.
所以呢，我们各自大家修行的人呢，要非常的小心和谨慎的，就是说我们的灵修不要就是自我的反射，就是说我们以为我们在做灵修我们以为这是灵修，实际上可能和真正的纯粹的奉爱的灵修并只是一个没有什么关系，可能是一个反射，你看到的以为是，实际上它可能真相不是。
So that kind of reflection of bhakti is, as I say, the reflection of bhakti like that is opposite of bhakti. It only makes disturbance in society and it causes offenses.
我们所以呢，我们要非常的小心。小心的意思就是说，我们不要就是以为我们在做这个纯粹的奉爱，可能我们表面是在做灵修，但是可能我们和纯粹奉爱是没有连接、没有关系。但是如果我们还不知道、没有去警惕的话呢，我们可以这么说，我们会对这个人就是这个社会或者这个团体都会造成一定的不好的这些效果。
So in the beginning, our sadhana will be like a shadow.
在刚开始的时候呢，我们的灵修可能就是一个导引可能就是一个影子一样的。
Bhaktivinoda explains that's called chaya bhakti abhas, the shadow of bhakti, and that's favorable.
可以说我们刚开始的时候呢，做这个灵修的时候呢，就是只是在做一些灵修的导引或者灵修的影子这个是没问题的。
So what's the difference between a reflection and a shadow? What's the difference? We have to think.
我们刚刚讲过了，就是我们非常要小心，当我们在做灵修的时候，我们不要去做这个我们自己的反射。然后我们现在又说，我们每个人刚开始做灵修的时候，我们可能都是在做一些灵修的导引。那么到底这个导引和我们镜子中的那个反射到底有什么不一样呢？可能这点大家会听得有点一头雾水没关系，慢慢来。
What's funny?
I say maybe this is a little bit confused. Okay, shadow.
We'll make it clear. We'll make it clear. Reflection, like in a mirror. So a reflection is not connected to you. It is totally separate.
Okay. 我们刚刚讲 reflection 英语就是反射，就像你照镜子中的你就是一个反射，对不对然后 shadow 影子呢又是另外和反射是不一样的因为你照镜子的时候反射的你可能就像我们刚刚所说，我们在做灵修，我们认为在做灵修，但是这个是一个反射，就我们认为是在做那个灵修。
A long explanation.
Yeah, because it's a bit complicated. I need to have
Okay,
more.
So let me give some more first about the shadow. So now, if you see yourself in the mirror, it's not touching you, but a shadow, if I'm sitting in the sun and I look behind me, the shadow is connected to me.
OK， 那好，导引是什么？举个例子，在太阳下，我们自己的影子，我们可以说是我们自己的，可以触碰的，可以 看得见、触碰到的。我们叫镜子中的我的呢，那个反射呢，只是一个反射哈。
If I get up and go, wherever I go, my shadow goes with me. It's connected to me.
OK， 如果那个影子呢，它是和我有联系、有关系的，我要站起来，影子就站起来；我要这样走，那个影子就和我所做的东西就一模一样的。
So in the beginning, when we start practicing Bhakti Yoga, it's like that shadow of Bhakti, Chaya. That means shadow. And that is very natural and helpful for us.
OK， 我们每个人刚开始做风爱灵修的时候呢，就像那个影子一样的话 ，OK， 那个是可以接受的，没问题的，因为那个是很真实的嘛，那个是和我有连接的。
So the shadow of bhakti is not pure bhakti, but it is connected, and it will become pure bhakti gradually.
那个我们刚开始做的那个灵修叫影子灵修。这个影子灵修呢，虽然呢不是说太就是说它是可以接受的，因为它是和我有连接、有关系的。因为从这个影子灵修，我们可以慢慢的进一步达到完美的。
So how will it grow and mature into pure bhakti? Gradually, only if we hear Harikatha from pure devotees.
那么怎么可以从影子的灵修达到完美的灵修呢？当然只能从这些纯粹奉献者的口中聆听这些经典，那我们就可以达到完美了。
So then Bhaktivinoda gives one beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana katha tajoshanada swapavarga vartmani shraddha ratir bhaktiranukrameshyati. Is it, first of all, is it clear, Jayashree, or should we explain more of Shraddha?
Very clear, okay.
Good, okay. So, the subject of this book is only this shadow of bhakti and everything. That's not the subject of this book. Bhaktivinoda is saying, that is not my subject. He's saying my subject here is pure kirtan from pure devotees, which results in Shraddha growing through all the stages.
好，我们这里念的那个诗呢，是来自薄伽瓦坛的。OK， 薄伽瓦坛是那个，然后不丢位呢，他听得到吗？
充满了喜悦。
谁在说话？感恩在说。把你的麦关掉。Try to mute the. OK， 那麼就是說，我們感恩冇出聲喎，感恩冇出聲喎，感恩冇出聲 ，OK？OK， 好，那麼剛剛 ，yes，not yet complete. I just asked one devotee mute her own speaker. Now, I'll explain. OK， 那我們 just translate. 那麼所以呢，就怎麼個 no yeah OK， let me just 1 minute。那麼怎麼可以用我們從一個影的靈修達到完美呢？就從那些純粹手中的他是才可以達到，就可以得到他們的這個滋長，就可以達到完美的。OK， carry on.
So that Harikatha of Krishna's pastimes from a pure devotee is like an Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurvedic medicine is called rasayan. So this is our medicine.
那么我们从纯粹奉献者的口中去聆听这些经典和 kirtan， 那么这些纯粹奉献者的那些 kirtan 和经典呢 ，Harikatha 呢，他们是什么呢？就像阿尤维德的药一样的，阿尤维德大家就知道了，是印度古老的这个医疗体系的一个传承。
Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada gives another example of this hearing process. He's in Nectar of Instruction. He gives the example that the devotee's heart is like a satellite, and we can catch the signal from a pure devotee.
Just give me 1 minute because I sent the message, mute the speaker. I don't know why she's not able to do it. I tried to do it in my mobile, but it doesn't work.
就沒啦。
嗰個感恩啊，感恩你聽到，你要將你嗰個喇叭咧係即係撳一撳佢啊，佢有一個交叉喺嗰度就冇聲啦。如果唔係我呢邊係不停聽到你嘅聲嘅。
So we're almost finished today, but next, I'll just give one more point here. Next, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is going to give us some Sambandha Gyan, basic spiritual knowledge.
OK， 那么下一次呢，我们会讲述就 Bhaktivinoda Thakur 呢，会给到我们 Sambandha Gyan， 就是说灵性的知识哈。
So next week we'll read. Bhaktivinoda wants to very quickly give us this basic spiritual knowledge before we discuss each line of Siksastakam.
Bhaktivinoda Thakur 呢，他想给我们早一点、快一点，给我们这个 Sambandha Gyan， 这是这个灵性的基础知识啊，他想早一点、快一点给我们的。
So next week we'll read about Krishna Tattva, Maya Tattva, Jiva Tattva, Shakti Tattva, Achintya Beta Beta Tattva. All of them we'll cover in a summary next week.
好，下一课呢，我们这是下个礼拜五的下一课呢，弟弟呢会给我们讲述 Krishna 的真理，Maya 的真理，还有就Beta Chinda 的真理，记忆统一的那种真理哈，等等的，我们很多的 top 真理。那下一次呢，弟弟会就是概述式的给我们讲述这些真理吧。
So I know I'm going very slow. Please forgive me, but this is very important points to understand if we're serious about chanting Hare Krishna, if we're serious in bhakti, then we have to understand these important points, so I'm going a little slow.
弟弟说有点抱歉，大家会可能觉得他讲得很慢，对吧？但是呢，这个太重要了，这个太需要了，因为这些的东西、知识、真理是让我们念诵更好的，所以我们宁愿慢一点，基础扎实一点。
So if I said anything inspiring today, that's Gurudev's mercy, and if there's any shortcoming or mistake, that's my fault. Please forgive me.
OK， 如果弟弟说今天如果他讲得好的话呢，一定是我们灵性导师 Shura Gurudev 对他的恩典和加持、仁慈的祝福。如果讲得不好的是他自己的。
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. And if there's any questions now, if you have time, and you can put in the chat box, send any comments.
OK， 那现在呢，我们就 How about Didi, Manjari Didi? Now it's possible I can, take off all the mute speaker, means turn the speaker on, so everybody can have chance to ask the questions. Because
probably one by one, one by one. Who has a question, then they open the mic.
OK， 那好，我们一个一个的来哈。如果你现在有问题问的，你就把你的解封你的麦克风，就把你的那个麦打开。怎么打开？就是你的手机里边有一个像讲，
我不知道。
对，你是谁？你现在不是已经打开了吗？听到你的声音啊？你是谁？
不会打。
你是谁？
不会打。打哪里？
不会打。就是那个就是它有一个像麦克风的那个位置，按一按它，它就那个有一横的那个红色的那个标志就没有了，就是交叉的那个就没有了，你就可以问问题了。OK， 好，你们就自己要打开哈。Didi, do you think should I? Because most of them don't know how to, take off the mute.
So you
yeah, I help them. Yeah, that's what. Okay. So 现在谁想问问题？有问题吗？或者可以打字进来哈。飞龙吗？飞龙有问题吗 ？I don't know how to spell it. Okay. Now I'm 请求取，这是为他们对。OK， 有问题吗？现在有问题的吗？有问题的请打开你的麦。I don't know. I try to take off the mute, or the speaker, turn the speaker on, but it doesn't work.
Just inform to them. There is one mic is there. Just click on that mic. That's enough. Automatically it will unmute. Okay.
Okay. Actually, I'm a host. I got the function. I can take off all the mute function, but if you okay, slowly.
It's better one by one, or we can't hear.
Okay.
上面有个
谁在讲话？没有问题吗？你什么问题？可以啊，那个西马蒂尼弟弟哈，西马蒂尼弟弟可以在聊天时问问题的，没问题啊，马蒂尼，西马蒂尼，我听不到你的声音，那个你把你的那个打开就可以了，你的话筒，我看一下西马蒂尼，这是为什么？Sorry, why? I tried to, but it doesn't work.
Okay, Hemangi Didi put a question in the chat box. Can Hemangi Didi, can you open your mic? Hemangini? Haribo, can you ask your question so everyone can hear the question?
My question is, if in this life I can't
In
meet
Chinese. In Chinese.
Okay.
They can understand.
我的问题就是，如果我今生没有机会碰到一个纯粹的奉献者的话，我怎么可以得到我的奉爱有进步呢？
有颗爱，这个只有爱。
Okay. Did everyone hear the question? So, if we can't meet a pure devotee in this life, how is it possible for bhakti to grow? Is it clear, Jaishri? Clear? Okay, so, thank you. Excellent question. I used to think that also when I was young, before I met my Gurudev. I read Srila Prabhupada's books and I was so inspired, but I felt sad. I thought, oh, I'll never meet someone like that. Never meet a pure devotee like that. But it's not true. Krishna promises in the Bhagavad Gita that actually the pure devotees...
宫里很吵哎，麦克风也太吵了，你们不要讲话，让弟弟讲话好吗？你们那个麦克风背景家有家人很吵的话，麻烦你关你们的麦克风。刚刚是。
So pure devotees are always present on the earth, but it's their decision when and how to show themselves to us. This is the first point.
那么他们
好像写东南西北，这个方向，东南西北，东南。
可以纯粹奉献者呢，一直是存在的，只是说他们什么时候、什么阶段会向我们展现，这是另外一个问题了。但是他们是存在的。
So the acharyas, they have answered this question and they've given us advice what to do if we don't see the association of the pure devotees. They've given this advice.
那么这些Acharya 呢，给到我们一些的这些的提议的，就像刚刚补充一下，因为我刚弄电脑去了，没有听清楚，听弟弟说没有翻译。弟弟说那个时候他也没有遇到纯粹奉献者，没有遇到功德之前，他也是很疑惑的，他也 渴望了啊，怎么办呢？我都还没有遇到纯粹奉献者，怎么办呢 ？OK， 那么他说，其实呢，纯粹奉献者是存在的，只是说他什么时候来显现，向我们展示，这是另外一个问题了。Carry on.
So the advice is you pray to the pure devotees. Like today, we were praying to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. We're praying to Bhaktisiddhanta, and we're praying that we get their association, and that we pray that they send pure Vaishnavas into our life. This is the first advice.
第一个呢 ，Acharya 这个不是谁说，就是这些我们的这些伟大的这些典范师 Acharya 说的。我们第一步要做的什么呢？诚心的祷告。祷告什么呢？可以真主把一个纯粹奉献者来到我的生命之中。我们要像这样的祈祷一个纯粹奉献者来到我们的生命。
So by reading their books and discussing with devotees like this, like today, our bhakti will grow, and when we are ready, Krishna will send pure devotee into your life, and you have to have great asha. Asha bandha means a very strong expectation and hope.
所以呢 ，asha 呢，弟弟说我们一定有 asha 的意思就是说，强烈的期盼、强烈的渴望。然后呢，我们就像我们今天一样，我们阅读Bhaktivinoda的这些的书籍 ，OK， 然后增长我们的这种强烈的期盼，要很有强烈的期盼。
So have faith that when you're ready, Krishna will send someone, and in the meantime, we connect with the pure devotees through their books and Harikatha like today, and our bhakti will grow. And when the time is right, Krishna sends someone into our life. And in the meantime, we practice and very happily practice and wait with excitement. We wait like a chakora bird. Okay. Go ahead, sorry.
OK， 所以呢，我们现在假设哈，就是说我们应该就是两手准备的。第一手呢，就是说我们继续就做一些基础的灵修，就像我们现在一样的去研读这些巴提维特塔克书啊，还有这些先知的书、圣者的书，对吧？经典，对不对？然后呢，第二个的话呢，我们内心呢，就我们就是做这些基本功的时候，修行的基本功的时候，我们内心 OK， 我们要期盼，有耐性的期盼，有强烈的欲望，祈求 Krishna 会在恰当的时候安排一个纯粹奉献者来到我们生命之中来帮我们。这个是 Krishna 在恰当的时候，他会来安排给我。
So we are advised by the acharyas. They say, be like the chakora bird. The chakora bird waits with his mouth up to the moon, mouth open to the moon. The bird never drinks water from a puddle on the ground. That's dirty. It's mixed. So that bird is always looking at the moon and waiting for special rain to fall in the moonlight, and he drinks the rain directly from the sky before it touches the earth.
那我们也和这种鸟一样的哈，我不知道什么鸟哈，它呢就不会喝地下的水的，就是任何的雨水掉在地下了，触碰过土地的话，它是不喝的。而它们这种鸟呢，就常常的就打开它的口，这样的月亮太阳哈，就渴望等到哪一天这个雨水会下来了，它就可以直接喝到天空的雨水，是不会这些雨水它不会再接触，不会喝任何雨水是接触过地面的那水。我们应该像他们那样。
So we wait like the chakora bird for pure bhakti, but Bhaktivinoda isn't saying that don't associate with other levels of bhakti devotees like Kanishta, Madhyam, Uttam. There's 3 kinds of devotees. He's not saying don't associate with beginner devotees or intermediate devotees. That's another topic that is in another book. We must, to nourish our bhakti, we must develop relationships with all 3 levels of devotees. We must learn how to associate with beginners and intermediate devotees, and also uttam adhikari, pure devotees. That nourishes our bhakti. So he's not, yeah.
但是呢，Bhaktivinoda Thakur或者这些我们的先知，他也没有说我们就是这么等待，我们不需要去联谊。联谊什么呢？那包括那些初阶奉献者、中阶奉献者、高阶奉献者，并不表示说我们等待的过程就不需要去这些联谊。相反的，我们是需要一定的联谊的，哪怕他是初阶、中阶的我们都要和他们联谊，通过和他们的联谊呢，得到一些的奉爱的这些的进步得到一些奉爱的这些过程就是说，同时我们是也要像那个刚刚所说的那个鸟一样的，渴盼一个纯粹奉献者的到临的。
So myself also, I'm waiting and practicing and having this hope and waiting again. When will I get again association and Harikatha of someone like Gurudev, a pure devotee? This is our aspiration. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's making this point very clear because he wants to give us that lobha, that I want that kind of sadhu sangha. Other association, like now we're talking, this is very helpful to grow our bhakti, but we should get a greed and lobha for that kind of sangha, and that's why he's writing this book.
这也是原因为什么 Bhaktivinoda Thakur 呢，他要写这本书的原因就是八训苦的原因。其实呢，开明就是什么开山中那句成语不会说，就是说很明了的、很清楚的，就是说一开始就说了。我们是需要一定的联谊，哪怕是初阶的这些的，但是他一些我们内心，因为我们通过这些初阶、中阶的联谊，可以建立我们的一些的这个 luba， 一些的欲望吧。那么这个欲望是什么呢？这个 luba 呢，就是说我们会得到像我们的 Sri Gurudev 这样的一个纯粹奉献者来到我们的生命中，来到我们的奉爱中。就是说我们做一些基础的领袖，但我们内心一定要有一个欲望，强烈的欲望期盼我们一定要得到一个纯粹奉献者的指引和联谊这个就是一个外在一个内在的。外在我们在做一些联谊，内在的我们是要很高的期盼的。 OK。Yes, please.
So if we practice like that and we keep the confidence, because Gurudev has promised, Krishna has promised that if you practice like this, like the Chakora bird, and increase your desire to get that kind of sadhu sangha and pure harikatha, then definitely you will get it. You should be confident. Gurudev promised. So be confident. And every day you wake up and think, maybe today I'll meet Sadguru, pure Vaishnav. So that hope and practice every day and believe in the promise of Gurudev. He will send someone, definitely.
那么呢，其实我们的 Sri Gurudev 也好，甚至 Krishna、Sri Krishna 也好，就是已经承诺了，对我们的众生已经给一个承诺。承诺是什么呢？如果我们呢有那种强烈的 luba 就欲望，就是得到一个纯粹奉献者，而我们还没有放弃我们的修行，就是说我们没有遇到一个纯粹奉献者的时候，我们都还保持我们的热情度、修行的基本功，然后内心有强大、坚韧、信心的渴望有一天得到一个纯粹奉献者的联谊，一定会有，因为这个承诺是谁给的？是我们的Sri Gurudev讲的，是Sri Krishna承诺的，给我们的，一定会有。
And if we serve the pure devotees, like today, we're reading Bhaktivinoda Thakur's Sanmodan Bhashya, that's a service. So by serving the Harikatha, that will also attract it more into your life. And when you're ready, you will get that connection with pure Guru.
那么，所以呢，我们因此像我们今天一样，我们去聆听这本Bhaktivinoda Thakur的八训规。我们是在 服务这些 Vaishnava 纯粹的奉献者，聆听我们是在服务他，服务就是服务这些纯粹奉献者，所以一定会就是到时候到了，时间到了啊，就是那么我们就会得到一个纯粹奉献者的到来了，在我们的生命中。
Should we have one more question, or how is everyone feeling? Is it late, or take one more?
大家还有问题吗？quite late 了 I think it's now
9 o'clock.
Almost
9:30.
No, 9:30 something. OK， 还有问题吗？在我们的群里还有人有问题吗？空塔拉塔不发声啊，一天就
19。
你的问题很多的吗？空塔拉塔有声音吗？开宗明义对，飞龙谢谢哈。还有谁有问题？飞龙有没有问题？
没有啊。
感恩有没有问题？
好多没？
还有谁有问题？为什么你 OK one gentleman his name's called Jagana. He asking at the guru why many spiritual master they are their lifespan not so long, they should like a few hundred years old, then they can leading the jivas most because he say many spiritual master actually they depart from the world very before 100 years, only their lifespan only 100 years or something like that. If they can live longer, then this pure devotee they can help more jivas. His question is like that.
That's a very good question. Did you speak in Chinese so everyone can hear the question?
Yeah. 那么我们这里的一个大帅哥就说，为什么灵性导师啊不能够活几百岁呀？他活到几百岁的话，他就可以帮很多众生嘛。那为什么这么就不是很长命呢？他就问。
Okay, if I understand the question, what we should remember is, as we discussed, the pure devotee, pure guru, he doesn't take birth or die by karma. Like we die when our karma is finished. So the pure devotee doesn't disappear according to karma. They come and go according to their relationship with Krishna, the wish of Krishna, because their whole life is service. So whatever Radharani wants for service, they're due. Some acharyas stay 100, 150, 110, Prahlad Maharaj and grandfather Bhishma, remember in Mahabharata, he could leave his body anytime he wanted, but he wanted to leave his body looking at Krishna. So the pure devotees also, when they're called, Krishna calls them when it's time. Maybe they're very younger, maybe they're very older. That's the first point.
OK, so Didi 呢，首先感谢张博顺的这个问题，他说很好的问题，他说他的解答是这样，他说首先呢，这些纯粹奉献者，他们来到我们的人间呢，并不是因为因果而来的，并不是像我们因为因果出生、因果而死掉的，没有 OK， 纯粹奉献者呢，他们来到这个人间之后呢，他们是基于 Radha Krishna 的服务的。OK， 就像有些我们的 Acharya， 他活得很长的，可能100岁啊、100几岁啊、140岁都有的哈但是呢，这个寿命呢，是因为是基于他们的服务的。当他们要去服务 Krishna 啊、Radha 的时候 ，OK， 他们就要，而且他们不存在就是死的嘛，他们只是隐疾而已，就是展现和不展现的问题。就是说他躯体不在了，但是他们不像我们就烟灰消灭了，他们没有嘛。
And the second point to think about is that the guru, a pure guru, when they disappear from this world, from our vision, we need to remember that guru is one. There is a continuous chain. So that's why we always have guru and shiksha guru and shiksha guru and shiksha guru, and we don't see any difference when that guru disappears. There's no difference. He's in another form as the Shiksha Guru.
还有一个很重要的点，在我们这个凤爱瑜伽的体系哈，我们有这个训示灵性导师的，就是说，哪怕是你的启迪灵性导师，他躯体不在了，你看不见了，但是呢，我们是有一个训示灵性导师，就是和他一样的啊，就是其实同一个位置的啊，就是以咕噜的形式还存在来帮他的这些。
So that's the example all of our acharyas show, and even like our Shamarani Didi, she's a disciple of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, but then she sees this continuous flow when she took Shiksha from Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, and then she took Shiksha again, continuous Shiksha, continuous through Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj, or some devotees through Srila Sridhar Maharaj, or Bhakti Pramod Puri, so many, but you will be connected to that Vaishnav who loves you and who nourishes your bhakti, your mood of bhakti. So that guru is continuous in another form as Shiksha Guru. You will feel that your guru is come again in your life, and there is a continuity.
可以说，我们的这个使徒传系是不会间断。就说我们的启迪灵性导师可能是不在了，但是呢，我们的训示灵性导师和我们的启迪灵性导师，他有一个程序是，就是可以不间断的，就像我们的师姐 Shamarani Didi 一样的。虽然他的启迪灵性导师是那个 Srila Swami Prabhupada，但是你会看到他对凤爱的感觉好像都是日久常新的，就是像泉水一样涓不断的流淌着的。他来跟随像我们的 Srila Gurudev， 像 Srila Vigyan Bharati Maharaj， 像还是 Sridhar Maharaj 等等的这些哈，所以他的凤爱的感觉好像是没有间断过的。所以我们这个凤爱的体系呢，它会是通过这个训示灵性导师的这种方式，让我们的这个圣人的灵力凤爱的是不会间断的，让我们得到滋长滋润的。
So Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita this parampara and Guru Tattva. It is continuous. It's never broken. That's the main point. And I guess say that quickly, Jayashri, and I have one more important thing to say after.
Okay. Say, please.
Okay. So the most... Sorry?
Please, carry on.
So the most important reason why they go, they disappear and leave this earth, first of all, Krishna and Radha call them back to Goloka Vrindavan. But secondly, they are very kind. They leave. You said the devotee was saying so many jivas still need help. Why don't they stay longer? They leave this Mahaprasad for us, for some service. Well, not just for us, but for the next acharya. Then the next acharya sees that, oh, so much service they left me, and they feel this is real Mahaprasad, that the acharya leaves some unfinished seva for the next acharya, and for all of us. That if they did everything, then what would we do, and how would we? That is their mercy. Their coming and their going is equal mercy.
Okay. 还有弟弟说这一点非常非常重要，就是这些 acharya 纯粹奉献者，他的来和去是一种仁慈哈。举个例子，为什么这么说呢？就是说他们的离开，就像我们的 Srila Gurudev 举个例子哈，他们的离开，因为他还有很多使命，可能工作没有完成的，但是还有一个 acharya， 下一个的 acharya 纯粹奉献者来继续完成这些的使命。那么呢，他们来继续完成这些的使命，也是一种伟。就说不是这个伟大的服务不是一个人来做的嘛，对不对？他要很不同的人来去大家去参与来去服务的，所以服务就在这个高阶的奉献者，他们也是在做服务嘛，这是第一个原因。第二个的话，当然是 Radha Krishna 要叫他们回去了，他们要去参加 Radha Krishna 的这些的活动了，所以这是一个原因。OK， 清楚吗？那个 Jagannath。OK， Yes。
So. Why is the pure devotee's appearance and disappearance equal in our life? Because they both give us their appearance in our life and their disappearance equally give us, equally nourish our bhakti. In fact, the feeling the absence that, oh, Gurudev is now in samadhi, is that absence, that feeling of separation, that is actually an essential part of nourishing our bhakti. To feel their separation is a very, very, very powerful force to grow our bhakti also. So their appearance and feeling their association and feeling bereft of their association, both of those feelings are mercy, and both of those feelings nourish our bhakti.
OK， 那么所以这些 acharya 像我们说姑的这样的，它的来、它的显现、它的隐疾其实是一样的。为什么这么说呢？当它隐疾的时候，我们对它，我们看不到它，我们对它就无尽的失恋，无尽的想念它。那么我们这个无尽和无尽的失恋和想念，就可以这么说，也是对我们的奉爱是一个很强有力的一个帮助来的，对我们的修行是个帮助。因为我们可以就是通过一个对灵性导师，我们本身对他的这种非常的深沉的思念的话，也是一种在做灵修，也是一种服务，对吗？所以他们的显现。
So, okay.
好，有说到公平吗 ？OK， 谁？还有谁？还有问题吗？ Okay, yes, complete.
Complete? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the more we hear about pure devotees and pure bhakti, the more, and we feel like, oh, it's so wonderful, but where can I get it? I don't have it. So that's very good. That is nourishing your bhakti. That
我们
feeling.
对纯粹奉献者的这个渴望哈，得到和纯粹奉献者联谊的渴望。这个是个非常难能可贵的，是非常重要和需要的。
Because it gives you, it increases your lobha, it increases your desire that I want that, I need that.
这个可以增加我们的就贪婪和欲望，就是想要，我想得到。
Okay, any other question or shall we stop tonight?
I think it's quite late. We should stop. Okay, we can.
And next time I'll try to be more short and we can have more questions.
好，弟弟说我们今天的课程就到此为止了，因为大家北京时间已经晚了。然后下一次呢，弟弟说我们的课程尽量短一点，然后留多一点时间给大家去探讨的，好吧？所以呢，其实我希望在座的每一位都应该有问题要问的就是不问问题就证明我们很没有功课交出来哈，特别是空塔拉塔哈。
So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
OK, Manjari Devi Dasi ki jai, Mandarin ki jai. 好，谢谢弟弟给我。
Hare Krishna.
Can we sing a little bit mantra in the? Can we sing a little mantra in the here?
Okay, but you should if everyone mutes their mic.
OK， 那些打开麦克风的话，我们可以一起在我们的
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Bhakti Vinod, Bhakti Vinod, Thakur Bhakti Vinod, Hari Bol, Hari
Thank you, Manjari. Thank you. 好，谢谢我们各位的同学，非常感谢你们的踊跃参加我们的腾讯这个online 的在线的学习，非常感谢大家。希望 Good Day 会祝福我们的祝福我们每个人，让我们奉爱更加的壮大，就像张博士这么棒。OK， 谢谢。Thank you， 弟弟，好，拉队，
谢谢，
下次再见。OK，
拉提。
对，感谢弟弟啊。
呢個弟弟又勁到。
睇個樣都覺得好勁，好慈祥。
好靚。佢幾多？